Grand Rising, Black men checking in. I just wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about that. It actually been something that's been on my mind here lately. You know how as you go through things in life and you go back to the drawing board sometimes and you look over the problem and you like, okay, now I know this is something that's a key. Like, fam, I was thinking about, I should have been dead before I was 18 years old. So any day after then, any time after then has been a blessing. And I realize now, being 42 years old, that the odds for me to get to where I'm trying to go was always stacked against me. Like it was never meant for me to make it to where I'm at now and to where I'm trying to go. And when we go through different things, sometimes we tend to allow it to create a stumbling block for us. Like we like, dang, what we gonna do? Like we focus on the problem and we try to, okay, how can I fix the problem instead of just focusing on the solution to the problem. Like the problem is there, but we're focusing on ways to a solution to keep it from happening again, and from also keeping things going. That way, we're not slowing down our whole process, putting all this negative energy or sad, depressed, or worried, or stressed, or anxious energy into the problem, and we actually focusing on the solution. And how can we do this? What do I need to do? Where do I have to go? Who do I have to talk to? Because family, I'm gonna tell you something that I really learned. It's not what you have, how much you have. Because I didn't see people have a whole lot in this situation, but it's who you know, fam. Sometimes knowing the right people, rubbing the right shoulders, building the right relationships, buying the right courses and programs, because all of these books, these programs, all this stuff is gonna help you, fam. But you can't be naive and just jump on anything because people, America's a business, so people out here trying to sell you stuff. So you have to be able to be wise enough and have enough discernment to say, is this for me? Can I get this and increase my life? Would this help me grow in any form, way, or fashion? You know what I mean? And I really feel we'll get further in life, man. Like today, it's November, and it's been a year having the fam up to this point. It's been one, and I know we all can agree on that. But we're here now. So, if you're alive and well and you're able to watch this video or see it, whatever you've been going through this year, you almost at the end of it. And this thing can continue if we don't come up with a solution. We got to come up with a solution, fam. We have to stop focusing on the problem itself and really think about the solution. What do we have to cut off? If it's health things, what do we have to stop eating? If it's relationships, who do we have to stop being around? If it's where we spend our money, what do we got to stop buying? You know, but not focusing all the energy on the problem, man. Problems can drain you. It seems like, you ever notice how when people go to the hospital, normally it's because they have a problem, right? But have you ever noticed how some people go to the hospital and get worse? You ever notice that they went to the hospital and it went down? Because sometimes focusing on the problem can cause you to, it's an old proverb that says, "Who can bear a broken spirit?" Man, we can fix a lot of things, man. But once a person, an individual spirit is broken, there's nothing no one on the outside can do because they have focused on the problem so long where it has broken me. And family, I'm only, sharing this and talking to you because I have been there. And in order for us to get over the hump, man, we have to grow, learn, and share what we learn so that way somebody else that's coming behind us don't have to go through those same things. It seems like a lot of our people will get ahead and people will grow or get to that next level, and they didn't leave no trail behind. No, they didn't leave no no path to show us how to get there once we wake up, because everybody wake up different. But you know how in the old days they'll go out, they'll travel, and they'll get something and put the stick here. They'll drop something, make a mark over here. They'll scratch the tree over there, because that way when they get to wherever they're going, they got a path that the other person can see. Okay, go right, go left, sharp turn, slow down. You see what I'm saying? You might fall, but we don't do none of that. You know what I mean? We just focus on the problem, fam, without leaving some solutions after we have figured the problem out. So this rising, fam, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, life will put your life can put your back up against the wall. Or let me phrase it like this: you can allow life to put your back up against the wall, and all you're focused on is this problem, right in front of you. You're just focusing on this problem. And you know how the old saying say, you bag a cat up in the corner, it's gonna come out scratching something. It's gonna get out that corner. And we have to realize that instead of us, I know I got an obstacle in front of me. And fam, sometimes when you pull up to some obstacles, they like mountains. We don't know how we gonna get through it. Like, fam, when I was doing that time, when I was doing that 10 years from 16 to 26, I didn't think I was gonna make it out of there. And I focus on little things, and I'm like, man, what is this really gonna help me? Is this gonna help me sitting here reading this book? Can I get something out of this? Is this gonna help me if I take this program of life skills? Can I get something out of this? But I knew the more knowledge I consume, it's gonna change the way I was thinking, because if you fill somebody up with different information, they'll change. They won't be the same. They don't act the same. They don't move the same. None of that. They're completely different. So I realized that even though I wasn't going to see the result right then, I'm seeing it now, fam. Like I've been seeing it, since I've been out, because I was able to do a decade in prison, fam, and come out with a career. Yeah, I got a job. You get it? But I had a career where I could go anywhere in the country and get some money. I wasn't making that much where I was at, because I was content. Oh man, I'm here. I'm out of prison. I'm making a little money. I was cool with it. But once I left from where I was from, that's when I seen the big bag, fam. I seen more money once I left where I was from than staying, because I was focusing on the problem. Once I started seeing the solution is to move around. Don't let somebody put me in a box, And when I come up with the slogan, imagine your container, or your imagination is your limitation, I realized that this box, this shipping container, it's not just a metal box. It can be a home, a business, an office, a studio, a bar, a cafe, a restaurant. It can be anything. And I'm like, I got the welding and fabrication and engineering experience. Why can't I take this and create whatever with? So that's when I came up with Imagine Yours. And sometimes, Sam, you have to show a person what they can do with something, or they'll just look at it and think this. I can only do one thing with this. And then once you get to showing them, oh, you can do that. You can do this. It's like their mind will start, the gears start rolling then, and then they start thinking outside the box. Kind of like when we was young, fam, especially when I was young, I had imagination. We played a lot outside. Like, we jumped on mattresses and did flips. We played games. We did football, baseball. We did a lot of things outside. We used our imagination and act like we was at places that we probably never go to. And now this generation